First, the top headlines. The first phase of elections to the 18 Lok Sabha Inner Manipur constituencies, spanning across its 47 constituencies of the state, concludes. Incidents of violence, bootlegging and destructions of EVMs reported at several places. One elderly voter injured in gun attack at Moirangkampu area under Imphal district. BJP alleges INC MP candidate Professor Angomcha Bimola Koijam of violations of Model Code of Conduct during today's election process. MPCC to file complaint against election officials and other employees on election duty for remaining silent spectators during boot capturing incident. Arambai Tenggol clarifies that they are not involved in today's perpetrated incidences of violence during election. And curfew relaxed in Imphal West and Thoubal districts till 10 p.m. For Kakching district till 8 p.m. In Bishnupur district, curfew has been relaxed till 5 p.m. today. Hello, welcome to ELITETV's Prime Time English News Bulletin. I'm your host, Deemita. Now the news in detail. Manipur, which has been reeling under violence for the past 11 months, went to polls today, beginning 7 a.m. today. The overall turnout of voters remained low as compared to other elections held in the state, and this reason may be attributed to the hue and cry of the people, showing their distrust and anguish over the inactivity of the BJP-led government in trying to bring an end to the current crisis, which sparked off on May 3rd last year. However, amidst tight security measures, the first phase of voting in two parliamentary seats, namely Inner Manipur Parliamentary Constituency and Outer Manipur Parliamentary Constituency for the Lok Sabha election 2024, has been concluded today with some untoward incidents of violence. Destructions of EVMs by miscreants, boot-dragging, gunfight between unknowns, faulty EVMs, threatening of voters by armed miscreants, barring of media personnel from entering polling stations have been reported. Some miscreants vandalized EVM machines at Khongmanjuan 5 polling station in Thongju AC. Boot-dragging at some polling stations in Kairao AC has also been reported. Gunfight between two unknown parties at 3 polling stations in Moirang AC has also been reported. Faulty EVMs have also been reported at various polling stations, including Wangu and Sandangkhong in Kakching district. Armed miscreants threatened voters at some polling stations in Kyaungay from exercising their voting right. Further, security personnel barred media persons from entering in some polling stations at Ullo. An elderly person named Koishnam Sanayaima, aged about 70 years, has sustained bullet injuries during an attack at the Moirangkampu Sajib Awang Laikai polling station during today's election process. As per information received from the place of occurrence, armed miscreants fired towards the voters present in the polling station, during which Koishnam Sanayama sustained injuries on the right side of his body. The injured has been evacuated and admitted at Ras Medicity for further treatment. The violence that happened today at different polling stations regarding the 18 Lok Sabha elections 2024 is very unfortunate, says CAF and PD Minister El Sushindro Singh. He said that a few untoward incidents, including gunfiring, vandalizing of EVMs, boot-dragging, threatening of voters, occurred at different polling stations today. He stated that he has never seen such incidents during Lok Sabha elections in the state and added that reports of some miscreants setting one EVM on fire at Kurai Lai Krembi in Kurai AC are also received. MLA Susindro deeply condemned and denounced such violence. He added that armed miscreants should not attack and threaten the innocent voters. They should not get involved in the election process. The authorities should take appropriate action against the miscreant, he added. Let us now have a look at what today's MP candidates have to say regarding today's election process. Replying to query posed by media persons with regard to difference in the mental feeling of voting as an elector and as a candidate, INC MP candidate Professor Angomcha Bimol Akoijam, after casting his vote in his native assembly polling station at Kashamthong, he stated that it is all part of electoral process and there is not much difference in the sense of casting his vote. After casting his vote, Professor Angomcha Bimola Koijam appealed to all masses to exercise their constitutional rights and elect the right candidate for bringing peace and normalcy back in the strife-torn state of Manipur.
Electoral process yaur ni vote lepo misu thadar misu electoral policy ina hekto into ajamto paisagi mama yani ni ka basu lepo su thadar misu koi club yaumin nari ni dana aino zik thadar mi dana aino zik jang is na vote lepo in thadar mi deba vote thadar mi thadar mi maya mama I do nei inge se boy da pa da to ma chin thi ba Kang kong chahli me amse miyam na answer kamai pila ke me mana pang do magi vote thada ni hak hai ko right to fazan exercise to disruptor will be need the right to vote to adu gi ma adu hak to mat ko chapman ne nintin na thada ni ko and ki nasi se chum ni vote thada na te ano ba Manipur ma gi awon Manipur no gi han ko thang ai ta people think I know I was more pressure like about Loina talk you the league election and was a talk about Kalakhandana Yarigate talk Tadam Chang Kaino da Miamgi Ning Wakalun Chahimana Mutane going from Lenga pushing there when you control the moon when you come to I see Katane not a Jaimana the Moimakutana Malay Dunida. Lay Park City, Lenatu, Aduna, Motor Horses, and Makan.
Meanwhile, Chief Minister Anbiren, after exercising his voting right in his Haingang Assembly constituency, he stated that in order to elect Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister of India for the third term, he has also casted his vote. Expressing happiness, Chief Minister Anbiren further expressed that he is hopeful that BJP will win the Inner Manipur constituency seat for the 18th Lok Sabha and continued that NPF candidate, which is in alliance with BJP, will also win the Outer Manipur constituency seat as well.
I am voting today for the third term Prime Minister of the Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. Modi ji is coming again as the Prime Minister of India for the third term, and I am taking part on it, and I cast my vote to my BJP candidate for Inner, Yas Bashinta Singh, and I fully hope that the both seats, Inner and Outer from the Manipur, from Inner, Yas Bashinta Singh, and from Outer, Mr. Timothy Jimmy, the NPF and the Alliance candidate will surely win, and the support from the government and their government, BJP and their government in center.
RPI Dwali National Secretary and MP candidate Maheshwar Thaunaujam, while speaking to media persons during today's elections, stated that if he wins this 18 Lok Sabha elections, he will provide with full-fledged opportunity of bringing up the issues and problems of Manipur, which the people have been facing over the past 11 months. He added that he has already been fighting for the cause of Manipur and its people. But with greater opportunity and bigger platform, he wishes to fulfill the aspirations of the people of Manipur and more particularly of the women folk who have given all their blessings for achieving success in all his endeavors, he added.
Full-fledged Havadi Hidamama later Bagay do Mapamdi, Mapam the Dilepaga, the Lazarava Haita, Dubu, Manung Changaga, I know full-fledged what the Wangam the Wadi Mayam Town Nariva, Manipur can do later than a ladyba, you might be a young ladyba, Mamma and the Wadiba, the Chinomi and the Wadiba, you may chat from Manipur to Oidraba, the Hyderabad, the Waidraba, the way to Poki Basida, the Sena, central parts of the central scenarios that I know Rolama, the way I go, Hybogi, I know Chanjarakane, I don't know, I give the only my definition is for my definition of politics is to do work. I give the politics, the Amamunaragan, Amamanantanaga, Adu Wakalo Lazadi, I give the Tabak Pantopas and Tabak with the battle. So one other consider Tabak when on Topanga Modora or the Getaway Bot of doing, Getaway Bot Pantoka doing Habini, other Isagi Lord, Isagi main agenda, the Kano Hampton, Tabak when the Pantok Sabbath, Tabak with a lock, Passion, Tabako, and Mapamakan, not living in a Tabu and Manga Maktabagi, or I prop Chapatagi, and the young this Mongol, the Dira Pamatuna, the civil elections, etc.
Independent MP candidate R.K. Somarendra alias Kaiku also stated that Manipur and its people have been suffering for long and these elections is going to decide the fate of people of Manipur. He added that the deciding factor in elections is in the hands of the general public and we all have to witness the outcome as per the decisions taken by the general populace. Polling at some polling stations in the periphery areas were not free and fair, says former Chief Minister and CLP leader Okram Ibobi. He said that polling in the outskirts like Suknu, Napat, Kumbi, Kairao, etc. were not free and fair. Some miscreants set on fire EVM machines at some polling stations, ragging of voters, blank fired and threatened the voters. These were unfortunate incidents. He continued that these incidences indicate that the present government is a total failure.
Peri da Lairiba, Sugunugumba, Napat area, Aruga Torong Lawina Singba, Kumbi Kendragi, Singhong Singa de Laiba. Say Inak Nakna Kairao Kendragi, Singhong Singa de Laiba. Adagi Canada, Akoigi, Androda, Singhong Singa, the Tang Peri Waiva Havatare, Masidadi, I. Free and fair way, Gani, high visit Hazide, even Sugunu area, the Sumasakang the Vizina, Pujik, no may round Kaya Kapaga, what Tadaba Torkadoba, voters seeing electorate sing me pine Adana, Roy Sienere, Aduna, Moi Karana Pulap Namna Nava, Masidi, Inyagi democracy is well planned Tauraga, democracy Hatok never Toga plan. Say example the Hoshida Toban. Municipal area da home guard amatamasu district ka yam district headquarter ga yam na nakna ba haidare district returning officer leibo mafam ngahak laita minute mari manga da kamai tauri kamai thadari asi moi rush tauraga SP headquarter ni sigum badana central paramilitary force buying hai thamjalle hujiki hairiba mafam yamna sensitive oiba periphery area sidana Congat Kumba, Karigumba Kara, Tamjalaga. He the Sien get over Kulai, Tixana Paidava, Mapam Dana, Congat Kumba, Karimu Tozi, Amna, Laibak Tibani.
BJP MP candidate T.H. Basant Kumar, while speaking to media persons, expressed that this year's 8 Lok Sabha elections will be deciding factor in bringing about overall development for all sections of the people, including minority group and people of other indigenous communities in the state. In response to the incident or bearing of media personnel from entering polling stations in Utlo Assembly constituency, T.H. Basant Kumar stated that such incident is unfortunate. However, he is short to address the issue after talks with the concerned returning officer to check whether there are certain special guidelines issued by the Election Commission of India with regards to certain polling stations which have been classified as hypersensitive areas.
मोई गाइडलाइंस आई आरो दवारी सानगे मोई गाइडलाइंस करीदा करी लेबगे स्पेशल इंस्ट्रक्शन लेब्रा ना दो मोई हाइपर सेंसिटिव है पोलिंग स्टेशन खदी लेबने अदुगी करीगुंबा थिंग लेब्रा कोटप्राइ दो आई हंगे अदुगे एट द सेम टाइम मीडिया की चिलिनाउ सिंदा अपनबा खितंग केनो तो सी लाइव फीबनी आई हजना क्लैरिफाई तो नवाई तो जगे तसेंगदी कैंडिडेट ना वोट से कास्ट तो मतलब दा क्योंकि मीडिया सिंना फिल्म तो होगी दुगी तांजा दो अदु फंगदौनी है इसमें आंदई थमजबनी अदुबु स्पेशल खरा मफम मतई दखरा कैनो थोकदुना थोकगी पाउ ताबन मरम वरगा मोइ फ्रा हेन सेक्शन बो रम बय आई क्लैरिफिकेशन म लौजगे
तो इलेक्शन एजेंसी का एक्सपेक्टेशन ले मियांगी खथम
अखोई गिदी अखोई भारतीय जनता पार्टी ना मणिपुर कन्नबगी थबक थौरम तौरबो मयाम सिदा बेस तौरगा फिल अखोई माइना फाइट तौजबे इलेक्शन नी
Bharatiya Janata Party General Secretary K. Sarat Chandra has alleged that INC MP candidate Professor Angomja Bimola Koijam has violated the Model Code of Conduct in today's election, which commenced from 7 a.m. today. The statement was made today during a press meet at the BJP Thambal Sanglan Nitaipa Chutek. Speaking to media persons, K. Sarat Chandra further stated that INC MP candidate Professor Angomja Bimola Koijam visited polling stations carrying with him large number of supporters, creating ruckus in the polling station areas, and such act is condemnable. He added, he alleged that INC must bear the responsibility of the creating confusion and ruckus in the minds of the electors in the polling station areas. He stressed that as a candidate, Professor Angomja Bimola Koijam must know about the do's and don'ts during election process and on the day of election. He continued that in this regard, a formal complaint has been lodged with the Election Commission of India and Chief Electoral Officer Manipur.
Election to woman on the election the code of conduct I would not know. Election police sitting in the going over to book of the Matan or Bad, images of the end of the sometimes drama man book of your for your mati. I think it is too much. Election 3 and 4 Television, very good me, my man for the story. Can you get Mr. Private here? Mark and Lena, Mark, some general Kenny. Every police station the time we have a lively face against it. I do not have a tape on me, Amata. Only station city 100 in 30 minutes, and after Sunday at it. I do mistake of video to Canada or news video particular and video. You more let them move in it. I am Telegram, I am Telegram. So we go more in that. Election almost started and found a guy had not been PCIDA, which is in India. As well as elected of Sada, I concerned I wrote the complaint of the
Meanwhile, Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC Working President KH Debarbata Sarba has expressed that stern actions and complaints will be lodged against the polling officials and state government employees who remained silent spectators to the booth capturing incident reported in some places during today's first phase of 18 blocks of elections. During a press meet held today at the Manipur Pradesh Congress Bhavan, he continued that the Congress party has sent striving for a free and fair elections for the undergoing 18 blocks of elections, and INC has presented well-educated and well-qualified Professor Angomja Bimola Koijam to end the current crisis in the state and to bring about a change in the state of Manipur. The ruling BJP government, realizing of its defeat, are resorting to illegal and violative means in the ongoing elections. He added that sensing its defeat in the hands of INC candidate Professor Angomja Bimola Koijam, BJP has resorted to both captures in various polling stations and further stressed that the central security forces deployed in the areas have been remaining mute spectators, and there is high suspicion that even the central security forces are partners in the illegal design of the BJP. In a press release issued today by Arambai Tenggol, it has been expressed that in today's election, certain unwanted incidents of violence have been reported, the videos of which are doing rounds in various social media platforms where miscreants have used the name of Arambai Tenggol. Arambai Tenggol has clarified that none of the members of the Arambai Tenggol is involved in such incidences, which occurred during today's 18 blocks of elections for Inner Manipur constituency. Further, the release added that the incident of trying to strangulate where the name of Arambai Tenggol has been used is also not related with the group in any way. The release has urged the general populace that befitting actions as per the provisions of law may be initiated against such miscreants, and Arambai Tenggol is also taking up immediate steps of identifying such people who have been trying to tarnish the image of Arambai Tenggol. And now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Sri Gaurachandra ki charanda Purvashramda aikoi ki irakta tinbiramba Sri Huidrom Manau Yai Masing Hana aikoi khwai pumnamak pu thadoklemlaga haukiba tang tarani thoi tha mari Englishing aniga kunga mari sajibu gi mari ni panba irai nimitta Sri Guru gi kripada ki ves olaga Noroton Das haiba nam fangjaduna Brindaban prapti oikre lakliba tang kunga manga tha mari Englishing aniga kunga mari sajibu gi tarani thoi ni panba sogonsen nimitta shraddha den thokle nimit asida laikhidraba ki atma santi gi damak ngamjaba vastu kharadang hari sankirtan galoinana Sri Gaurachandra gi charanda katchakadauri upalakshya asida Brahman Vaishnav ahillaman amadi marup mapang khwai kibikna matam chana lengbiraktuna hari nam shraban taubiranaba ELITETV gi thongda pauzenjari Thoram pareng vek katpa ayukpung taret makhai sorat hoba ayukpung mapan pauzenjari basing Srimati Huidrom Ongbi Buzari Devi Loinabi Sri Huidrom Nabachandra Singh Machanupa, Sri Huidrom Sarat Singh Machanupa, Sri Huidrom Ajit Singha Machanupa, Sri Huidrom Inauton Singh Machanupa. Ishok Maninglikay.
Gear up for the future with Quantum University. Write your success story with our new age programs that shall be amongst the top 3 most rewarding careers in India and across the globe in the next decade. One of the reasons why Quantum is a leading private university in India is these world-class partnerships which makes it stand out among the rest.
Serin Educational Foundation Nagamapal Soram Lerak Chahi Taranithoi Hena Academic Education the Experience Lerak Laba Institution Asina Angang Singbu Lairik Tanatana Overall Development to Focus Tauduna Matik Chaba Ozakayana Foundation Level Digi Ningti Namakong Sombiri Regular Test Tauduna Angang Singi Week Point Kaya Kangdokli Van Service Amadi Boarding Kudong Jabasu Thamjari Ngasimak Lengsin Biraktuna Session English Singaniga Kungamari Kungamanga Class 11 Namasung Class 12 Science Foundation Course Enroll Tobiu Class 1 Dagi Class 10 Fobagi CBSE Amadi Bosem Gi Foundation Course Ki Class So Hosere Hena Akupa Marol Gi Damak 8837444089 the contact Tobiu Nagamapal Soram Leirak
Manipur gi ahanba dedicated cancer hospital AOI Babina Speciality Hospital da medical oncology, surgical oncology, advanced operation theater ga loinana cancer patients sing da affordable cost da mapung faraba care pisari. Side effect hantaba Manipur gi ahanba Linear Halcyon radiation machine gi khudong chaba pangbigani. Cancer khandoknaba amasung stage lepada sizinaba PET CT scan machine so hospital asida lady. Tumor board phamduna patient singi laying pathapta ahenba khudong chaba loinana health card ki khudong chaba su bizari. Mayam gidamak AOI Babina Speciality Hospital Sajiwa Kabisoi Infal.
Welcome back again. You're watching ELITETV's Primetime English News Bulletin. Haibung Pokpi 17/32 polling stations today witnessed a peaceful, free and fair election in today's 18 Lok Sabha election process for the inner Manipur constituency. Amidst tight security measures, a total of 530 voters exercised their voting rights. Electors of Haibung Pokpi area, while participating in the election process, expressed that while many political parties and the general populace have been raising concern for free and fair elections, incidences of violence has been reported from several polling stations, and such incidents are very disappointing and unfortunate. They further expressed that such incidents create confusion in the minds of people, which are uncalled for.
I know Jig, the Jeribo from 17/32 Hariba polling station, Nani Hariba polling station, Haibong Pupi Junior High School, Hana, Adugum Lava Kanaraba, Kogi, Impal West, Kimanum, the Laiba, Haibong Pupi, Hana, Kanariba, Adugi, Jagada Laiba, 17/32 Hariba, Mafam Ashitadi, according to Sayupung Taretagina Hojipung. Hojing Haki Mamang Pung Home Powada Mi Aduki Matik Pazana Tatanai, Hogi Nupida Saniga Niputaru Nupadana Saniga Taramanga Tadana Duna Hoji Powadi toning the Batogo toning the Batogo Topogi Kanodi Late Hoji Pogi Manunga Hogi Nasigi Tadana Riba vote Asida MP Trampanchuba election Asigi Quaidigi in the Tapna Tadaba Jaga Asi, Kogi Lamsang Kendra, Hariba, Jagasing Asidadi, Kogi Portase Yam in the Tapna Tadanabugi, Mami Deemita, Hojing Haki Mamangadi, Kogi, I know Juzik, Lejeribama from 17/32, Hariba, Asigi Misu, Tadagataba, Nupi Amadi Nupa. Haraga mi kun mutang arabani akogi voter se chamaga kunthan pum mutang laibani hariba miyoising ase ayamana ngasi 17/32 da vote hadaba lakhi adubu hariba mafam asidadi akogi ingchingna yamna santi leina koi vote hadabagi mami duni uribase aduga akogi laibiriba akogi security gi chilinauching adigi akogi club ki chilinauching adigi akogi ngasigi laibiriba akogi hariba 17/32 da laibiriba sigi khunda laibiriba lekai gi chilinauching na vote asibu akogi free and fair oina bai da mukta padana ngak chelaga akogi atopa mitopana su changhandana akogi padana Tadabagi Mami Duni Uribase, Hojuji, Yam Ing Natina Uribase, Agi Tundo, Ubiri Basini, Yam Ing Natina, Mi Yam Selectre, Mi Yam Selectable Maramna, Hojik, Kogi, Siluagetaba, Pung Yam Selectre, Hariba Nasigi MP election Asida, Akogi, Mapong Krada, the EBM Machine Tuaiba, the Nomaikapa, the Mi Aso Open Yoga, Missimina, Adugumagi Pau Kradi, Adumaklay, Hariba. Ngasimak Hadariba, Trampan Suba, Lok Sabha, Asi, Lok Sabha Mikal Asi, Yamna, Apogi Padzaba Monga, free and fair or Monga, Taunabagi Damukta, Miam, the Kayarak Hanna, Miam, the Kayarak Hanna, Haina Krabus, Haina Kibasu Lairabani, Adubu, free and fair Laibagi Mahota, Apogi, violence or in a Putok Narakpa, violence or in a Tonarakpa, Asina Maram or Apogi. Vote Hada Gadoriba, Akoi voter sing da, Akoi Aki Kang Tokpa, Amadi, Tada Ning the Bagi Karigumba, Ama, Heidi, Akoi Manipur Levashibu, Akoi Mete Levashi, Kari Togadage, Hibadi vote si, Loreba Matungana, Kari or Kani, Haiba, Wakal Aduni, Mayam Noji Pong Ribese, Aduna, Hojuji Argadi, Akogi, Manipur, Levi, but Ichilino, Mayam Nasu, Gyanta Biduna, Akogi vote Sibu. Free and fair. Akogi talk about Togo, what talk, I see talk about Kogi vote akogi thokriba violence mayam thokriba mafam singa dubudi repol tawbugi fibam da leire adubu repol taw taragna kari orakani haiba miyamgi mi paina buduni hojik lainari basi hiram machigi matang da pogdum jari ba 17 lesam ELITETV news harbong popi 17/32.
Sikkim has showcased robust voter turnout in the ongoing voting one parliamentary seat and assembly elections. As of 3 p.m., an impressive 59.58% of registered voters have cast their votes for the parliamentary seat, indicating a significant engagement of citizens in the electoral process. The Election Commission of India's data reveals a smooth voting process across Sikkim with no reported disruptions or major incidents at polling stations. The smooth conduct of the elections has contributed to a positive and participative atmosphere among voters. Early indicators from polling stations in areas like the Zongo, Namchi and Mali saw a remarkable turnout, with these regions surpassing the 10% mark within the first 2 hours of voting. The early enthusiasm among voters set a positive tone for the overall voter participations in the state. As the day progressed, voter turnout remained steady across various constituencies, reflecting sustained interest and engagement among the electorate. The surge in voter participations witnessed in several constituencies further underscores the active involvement of citizens in shaping the electoral landscape of Sikkim. With the voting process proceeding smoothly and a high voter turnout observed, Sikkim's electoral scenario highlights the commitment of its residents toward exercising the democratic rights and contributing to the democratic process of the state. In the ongoing Lok Sabha elections in Mizoram, voters have turned out in significant numbers with a robust collective turnout of 51.22%, reporting across the state as of 3 p.m. This surge follows an earlier report of 43.35% turnout by 1 p.m., showcasing the active engagement of citizens in the electoral process. The data, released by the Dr. H. Lianzela, Additional Chief Electoral Officer and State Media Nodal Officer of Mizoram, provides a comprehensive breakdown of the voter turnout in each district. Notably, Longatlai emerged with the highest participation rate at 51.67%, while Aizhol reported the lowest at 38.9%. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma of the National People's Party (NPP) took matters into his own hands today as he drove himself to a local polling station in Meghalaya. Arriving at the Walbegri polling station promptly at 6:30 a.m., Sangma anticipated being among the early voters, only to find himself waiting 2.5 hours before being able to cast his ballot. Despite the delay, Sangma remained resolute, expressing his optimism regarding the high turnout expected for the day's elections. Speaking to the media, he highlighted his decisions to relieve his security detail, driver and team members to ensure they could also exercise their voting rights. Opting to personally navigate journey from his residence to the polling station, Sangma emphasized the importance of every member of his team participating in the electoral process. Everyone from the team has been sent to cast their votes. Few security personnel from the district who have already cast their votes are with me, he said. A CRPF Jawan was found dead inside the washroom of a polling booth in West Bengal's Mathabanga on the night of April 18. The incident came to light hours before the polling for the Lok Sabha elections began on 3 seats in the state. The injured Jawan was immediately rushed to a hospital but was declared dead. According to the hospital reports, the Jawan had some head injuries. The preliminary report suggested that the Jawan had slipped inside the bathroom, leading to his death. His post-mortem examination will be conducted on Friday to ascertain the exact cause of his death. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has officially filed his nomination for the Gandhinagar Lok Sabha seat as part of his bid for re-elections in the upcoming 2024 Lok Sabha elections. The senior Bharatiya Janata Party BJP leader is vying for a second term for his constituency. Shah's candidacy comes amid stiff competitions, with the Congress party nominating its party secretary Sonal Patel, who submitted her nomination on April 16. In the previous 2019 elections, Saha clinched victory in the Gandhinagar with an impressive vote share of 69.67%, defeating Congress candidate CJ Chabda by a significant margin of over 5 lakh votes. The Gandhinagar Lok Sabha constituency comprised 7 assembly segments: Gandhinagar North, Kalol, Sanand, Ghatlodiya, Vejpur, Naranpura and Sanbramati, all of which are currently held by the BJP. Historically, this seat has been synonymous with the BJP stalwart and former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani. In the forthcoming elections, Gujarat will see voting for all its 26 seats consolidated into a single phase set scheduled for the third phase on May 7th. Almost zero voting has been recorded across 6 districts in Nagaland so far today after the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization (ANPO), which is demanding a separate administration with more financial autonomy, declared a public emergency and called on locals to boycott the ongoing 18 Lok Sabha elections. The Supreme Court on Thursday, while hearing petitions seeking 100% verification of EVM against VVPAT records, asked the ECI to explain the working of the EVM VVPAT and said that there has to be sanctity in the electoral process. This is an electoral process. There has been a sanctity. Let nobody have apprehension that something which is expected is not being done, the bench headed by Justice Sanjeev Khanna said. Upon improvement in the law and order situation in the Valley districts, curfew has been relaxed till 10 p.m. today in Imphal East, Imphal West and Thoubal districts. In Kokching district, curfew has been relaxed till 8 p.m. today. However, in Bishnupur district, curfew has been relaxed till 5 p.m. today. Traffic is seen as usual on the roads. Most of the shops and markets were opened. Several people purchased their essential items during the curfew relaxation. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. And now let's take a look at the headlines once again. The first phase of elections of the 18 Lok Sabha Inner Manipur constituency, spanning across its 47 constituencies of the state, concludes. Incident of violence, vote ragging and destructions of EVMs reported at several places. One elderly voter injured in gun attack at Morangampu area under Imphal East district. BJP alleges INC MP candidate Professor Angomcha Bibola Koijam of violations of Model Code of Conduct during today's election process. MPCC to file complaint against election officials and other employees on election duty for remaining silent spectators during booth capturing incident. Arambai Tenggol clarifies that they are not involved in today's perpetrated incidences of violence during election. And curfew relaxed in Imphal East, Imphal West and Thawal districts till 10 p.m. For Kakching district till 8 p.m. In Bishnupur district, curfew has been relaxed till 5 p.m. today. And that's a wrap for today. For more updates, keep watching ELITETV's English News. Thank you and have a great evening.